It's been more than a year since the conflict in South Sudan began. Efforts at peace talks have failed to end the civil war. The conflict has ravaged the world's newest country and killed more than 10,000 people. While a new agreement and new talks are bringing some glimmer of hope, as CCTV's Girum Chala reports, that hope is tempered by the reality of past failures.
In December 2013, what looked to be an internal party division in South Sudan turned into full-fledged war, complete with ethnic divisions. President Salva Kiir's Dinka tribe on one side and the Nuer group of the former vice president and rebel leader Riek Machar on the other. Peace talks brokered by Africa's Intergovernmental Authority on Development IGAD saw multiple agreements signed between the government of South Sudan and the rebels. None brought about any long-term cessation of hostilities.
A one-year negotiation process produced no tangible result in terms of ending the war. And this has to do with the fact that the parties, both the government and that of the opposition, have not shown serious commitment for bringing the conflict to an end through negotiation. Both sides seem to believe that there is a way for winning through the battlefield.
The latest ceasefire agreement signed early this month is bringing new hope for peace. Still, final agreement must be reached on issues of power sharing, formation of a transitional government, and the military's command structure. President Kiir and rebel leader Machar are slated to return to the negotiating table this week, with a final agreement called for by March 5th. International human rights organizations, however, say the issue of war crimes cannot be dismissed in the process.
There are crimes committed in South Sudan, crimes which amount to crimes against humanity and war crimes. Both conflicting parties have attacked civilians indiscriminately, an attack that amounts to crimes against humanity and war crimes, and is still ongoing.
Exact numbers are hard to come by, but estimates of people killed in the conflict run into the tens of thousands. Nearly 2 million people have been driven from their homes, with many struggling to find enough food to eat. Analysts say it's critical for South Sudan's neighbors and the wider international community to get more involved.
From the perspective of avoiding the further regionalization of the conflict, it is imperative that consensus is reached among member states of the IGAD, but importantly for the international community as well. All right, it is time to say enough is enough and take the necessary measures. And it's important that countries like China and the United States help countries in the region to achieve consensus in pushing a unified strategy.
The UN estimates that 6.4 million people, more than half of South Sudan's population, need humanitarian assistance. Hundreds of thousands more South Sudanese are being sheltered in Ethiopian refugee camps. For the people, it is clear an end to the war cannot come anytime soon. Whether the leaders will take the necessary steps to achieve a comprehensive peace is yet to be determined. Girum, CCTV, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.